want to take a minute and introduce myself. I think I've tried to get around and most of you know me, but my name is Sue Tyson Parker. I'm the Executive Director of the Sheriff's Office Charities. I oversee this incredible organization, the POW program. We also have another charity, our Pet Posse, and our third charity, the Public Safety Charity. This event you are at right now is for our POW program. And in case you don't know what POW stands for, it's an acronym for the Police Athletic League. And as many of you know, our motto is filling playgrounds, not prisons. So everything you're doing today, the money you have donated is going right back into the community, and it's helping kids find outlets and bridging the gap between the police officers as well as the young kids. So it's a great program, and thank you again for being here. And right now, everybody does have a white ticket? Okay, we've got some YDC kids here today, and that is our Youth Directors Council. These kids are exceptional kids. Woo! Got a little louder there. These are exceptional children who have definitely made a difference in their community. You will be hearing a short presentation by an incredible young man that every time I hear his stories, it brings tears to my eyes. So I think you will be moved as well. But the POW program has made a difference in these kids' lives. And we thank them for being here. And let's give these incredible young students a round of applause. So we're going to go ahead and give away 6 door prizes right now. We're going to bring up our Master of Ceremonies in just a moment. So if you haven't gone outside to get your breakfast, please take that opportunity now. And if you have not gone to the silent auction table, you can also take that opportunity now. But please check your white tickets, and we are drawing the first ticket right now. So what's the winning number?
233407.
Oh, right over here. Thank you. Okay. And let's go ahead and do another drawing, okay? And that ticket number?
194946.
946. Oh my goodness! Look at that. Is he so like? Is this if you guys want to change tables? Okay. The third item, please. The number. 209. I'm looking over here. 209. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and pick another number. 199. Oh, right. We're diversifying a little bit. Fantastic. The back of the room over there. Over by the coffee. And how many do we have left? One more? No, I mean, we're doing 6. 2 more. Okay, what's the winning number, Nicholas? 188. 233. Okay, we're getting some variety. Fantastic. Go ahead and draw the next one. Will this be the 6th one? 211. Fantastic. Okay, Derek. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Now, it gives me great pleasure to bring up someone who I admire and who, I tell you, if I had to sit down and play Jeopardy with this guy, I know I would lose. Besides the fact that he's an incredible, incredible person, I'm going to now bring up Lieutenant Fran Cirillo. He is our POW Steering Committee Chairperson and Master of Ceremonies. So please welcome Lieutenant Fran Cirillo to the podium.
Thank you, Sue. Good morning. My name is Fran Cirillo, as Sue said, and I am a lieutenant with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Reserve Unit, and I'm also the chairman of the PAL Steering Committee. Now, on behalf of the committee, I want to welcome you all to the 2016 Breakfast with the Sheriff. Now, we have some members of the PAL Committee and the Charity Board in attendance today, and at this time, I would like to ask them to stand and be recognized, please. Thank you, everybody. In my role, I have the distinct honor in following in the footsteps of our two previous PAL officers, Charlie Nash and Don Franson. And for those of you who know them, you understand the great undertaking that I've been given in my new role as chairman. Now, when you hear the name Police Athletic League, your first thought is probably that of sports programs. And while it is true that PAL does sponsor a lot of sporting programs, including basketball, baseball, girls softball, and wrestling, our PAL program does a lot more. The Canaveral Youth Directors Council, or YDC, is a subgroup of PAL, which offers youth non-athletic activities such as community service, leadership, responsibility, and public speaking. Our Law Enforcement Explorers is open to young men and women who have an interest in learning more about careers in the field of law enforcement. PAL sponsors charity events for disadvantaged youth in Brevard County, such as our annual Shop with a Cop program, where youth get to go shopping with deputies during the holiday season with funds donated to PAL. And I'm very excited to announce to you all that later this month, PAL will be implementing our first STEM program, which is designed to generate interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our programs will include model rocketry, drone flight, 3D printing, resume writing, and Lego robotics. And of course, one of our biggest events this year is the Breakfast with the Sheriff. And again, I want to thank you all for coming this morning. Now at this time, I would like to introduce our program coordinator, Greg Buttrick, who would like to say a few words about our sports programs.
At this time, I've been designated to ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Wow, what a pleasure it is to stand here before you all and represent the Police Athletic League of Brevard County. As Fran mentioned, I am the new PAL coordinator. I work alongside Sue Parker. We both started in April of this year, and it's been amazing so far. But we couldn't do it without you and your support. So I want to just thank you all for your sponsorships, donations, and also the volunteers that helped PAL be so successful. Because without you, quite honestly, we wouldn't exist. Fran mentioned that there's sports programs that we have with our PAL, and I'm going to go over a few of them briefly, but when I mention your organization or your name, please stand for me. We're going to start off with our 14 and under AAU youth basketball team out of Titusville. The organizer of that was my good friend, Commander J.J. Woolsey, wherever he's at. If he would stand real quick. J.J. was influential in getting the program started for the youth basketball team. He went before the PAL board, and it was our pleasure to sponsor not only the team, but we outfitted them with new jerseys, equipment, and it wouldn't be possible without his guidance. And having said that, the head coach of the team is here today with his wife, Mark and Angie DeVos. Where are you? Over here. Mark is the head coach, and Angie is with him every step of the way. I believe Mark still coaches at Astronaut in Titusville. He is just an outstanding basketball coach, but what I recognized when I went and watched some of the games, it's more than just basketball. He teaches the kids discipline, accountability, and life skills. And having said that, when I witnessed the games, the team was actually pretty good too. So thank you, Mark DeVos, Angie, Commander Woolsey, and we hope to support you again upcoming season. Next up will be our youth softball team, which is the Space Coast Titans. and that would be headed up by Jarrett Bisbee and his wife Christina. And POW is a pleasure to sponsor them as well. And the difference between them is they actually have 3 softball teams. It's youth fast pitch. They're based out of Titusville, but they have 16 and under, 14 and under, and 12 and under. And let me tell you, these 2 people are passionate about the sport of youth softball. And again, it's more than just softball. They make their students or their players have a grade point average where they have to do good in school. They do fundraisers. They have trash bashes where they go around and pick up garbage in their community. It's just, it was a pleasure to work with them. And when I met them, believe it or not, when I was working with the agency, I was their supervisor for several years. Never knew they had any interest in softball. Is that correct? And let me tell you, they're passionate about it. So we appreciate you and your commitment to BCSO POW. So next up, trying to find him, John Holman over here on my left. His wife, is your wife with you, Deborah? They are our coordinators and instructors, coaches for our POW wrestling program based out of Melbourne. They have an M&A facility where they have kids from 1st grade to 12th grade come, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. POW has just now started supporting them. We bought them some equipment. We hope to outfit them with jerseys. John has a resume a mile long. If you want anything to do with wrestling, this is the man to talk to. They're going to be going around, I believe, starting next Thursday to Oviedo to different events in Central Florida. I think we went as far away as Georgia this year, correct? Yes. And I think that was national competition, but POW is proud to support the wrestling program. So thank you, John. Next up, this past summer, POW was involved in sponsoring 7 youth basketball camps throughout Brevard County. And when I say 7, that's quite a challenge because in the summer, as you know, there's only 12 weeks. So we had 7 basketball camps. We started in Port St. John, went as far south as Malabar, had one at, Calvary Chapel. We did one at Maradona Christian, Holy Name of Jesus. There was 7 of them. And as the POW director, trust me, I can't do it by myself. So we had some tremendous volunteers who are here today. I want to start off by introducing Deputy Jackie Falvey. Where are you, Jackie? Jackie is a school resource officer at Edgewood Junior Senior High School, and this was her first year helping out with our camp, and this lady was sensational. I like to call her the team mom, but she did everything from handing out lunches to washing jerseys to staying late when the kids' family members were late. Anything I asked her to do, it was done. And I appreciate that so much. I look forward to working with you again. Thank you, Jackie. Next up will be my main man. Where is he? Deputy Greg Darville. Don't spill anything. Deputy Darville is the school resource officer at Space Coast Junior Senior High School. This was his first year helping out with our camp. And I mean to tell you, Sheriff Ivey, if you need somebody to go out in the community to get sponsorships, donations, food, drinks, he did it.
Okay, I'm going to expand on that. Yesterday I met with a parent, and she met with me about something she wanted help with, but she spent the majority of the time talking about Deputy Darville and how he interacts with the kids at the school and stuff. And so that's what he represents.
It's unbelievable. I never met Deputy Darville or Deputy Falvey before the summer camps, and you can join my team any day of the week, and I appreciate everything you did. Next up is my good friend, Deputy Brian Stevens. Brian has been with the POW camps, I believe, for the past 3 or 4 years. He's with us every step of the way. He's the school resource officer at Vieira High School. He gets me on the sidelines for their football games. Don't mention that. But Deputy Stevens is a mainstay with our POW basketball camps. He does everything from run the scoreboard to the equipment to food, lunches, filling goodie bags, you name it. he does it. He just fits in right where with part of our team, and we couldn't do it without him. Thank you, Brian. And next up, last but not least, is the main man himself, Deputy Mike Doyle, right here in front of me. Mike is a mainstay with the PAL organization. He's done just tremendous things even before I got on board with PAL. Like I said, I started in April, and I came on board, and by God, everything was set for PAL basketball camps. We had 7 facilities signed up, contracts were done, insurance was taken care of, it was advertised, he had done a flyer. I'm like, whoa, where do I fit in? Mike Doyle is the man. Not only did he do that for us, he is our lead instructor, he's the head coach out there. If you look at some of the pictures, he created Hero Day for the kids. He's known as Captain America. The kids love him. I could not have done this without Mike Doyle, and I appreciate you to the moon and back. Thank you very much. Once again, I thank you all for coming. We couldn't do it without you, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
All right, get that back. All right, thank you, Greg. Now, at this time, I would like to introduce Luca Trapasso from the Youth Directors Council. Please come on up.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Luca Trapasso. I represent the Youth Directors Conference portion of PAL. What you've heard so far about that is we're more on the community service side of the house. Of course, we have a lot of our athletic teams, which I'm very proud that we do have today. I'm the current president for now. I am a senior at Cocoa Beach High School. I'm 17. I was tasked to come up here today and talk a little bit about my story and how I got involved in PAL and what has it done for me. So I'm going to do a little bit about that today by keeping it as short as possible. So right now I'm the longest standing member in PAL, so I'm the oldest. Yeah, I know, it's not a good accomplishment. No, but current president, as I said, and I also am on the state board for Florida PAL, which every year we set up a youth directors conference in Orlando at Disney. We stay at the Coronado Springs Resort, and we teach about youth leadership and community involvement, and of course involvement with the police and things like that. But my story began in PAL when I was in 6th grade. My brother Max, who will be speaking after me, used to do this program as a fun thing to do, which I, at the time, was naive, and I thought, how was picking up trash at Friday Fest or, spending your Saturday mornings volunteering at races, how was that fun? I never really understood it and what it meant to the community, but especially what it meant to me. Later, I would find out that being involved in your community and helping out people who need help is one of the best things to do in life, and it's something that I know I'll devote the rest of my life to. So I went from a naive 6th grader who didn't really know much about my community to getting involved and working up the hierarchy of PAL on the local chapter. I started getting more involved with our other PALs in the area, Satellite Beach PAL, Cocoa PAL, all those other PALs. We started to connect with them and to learn a little bit more about what we can do for regional events and involve the PALs more. And 6 years later, we have the best relationships with all the PALs around us. Our youth program is the best it can be. I mean, it's improved so much, it's crazy to see where we are right now. I remember when I first joined, it was just kind of beginning, and we were just starting off, and it was a little bit difficult. But now I look around the room and I see all of you here, and it warms my heart truly because of your commitment. We're able to continue this program and to continue our reach out to the youth. in our communities, and the end result of that is they come back and they support our community. They come back with college degrees. Of course, the Youth Directors Conference portion of PAL is also a college preparedness program. So they come back to our community. They help out business leaders like some of you in this room, and it's very good for the community. And at the end, we have fun doing it. So that's it for me now. But now I would like to introduce my brother, Max. He was the former president of PAL, now a freshman in college. So Max, go ahead, come up here.
All right, good morning, everyone. Okay. So, as my brother Luca introduced me, I am Max Trapasso. I have been with the program for 7 years, all the way from 6th grade up to my senior year of college. I've gone through all levels of the program. I started out just at the local chapter, then I went all the way up to our chapter president, and then I went even further once it got to the state of Florida PAL program, on the regional board as president, as well as onto the YCC or Youth Conference Committee, which, as Luca also mentioned, is in charge of planning the State Florida Youth Directors Conference in Disney every year. And after 4 years of doing that, I had the immense privilege of receiving the Florida Boy Pal of the Year member at that award event. Out of all the PAL members in Florida, I received that award, as well as the Tomorrow's Team Scholarship, which was founded, in fact, by two brothers from the Satellite Beach PAL organization that had gone off and done some amazing things and wanted to come back and give to the community again. So I had the great privilege of having those awards, and I'm immensely, like I said, grateful for all these opportunities, as well as all the involvement and just wonderful things that the PAL program has given to me over the years. I have had the privilege of learning wonderful public speaking skills, wonderful, amazing transferable skills that I can apply to my career, social life, pretty much any facet of my life I can, improve upon and just exceed expectations thanks to the PAL program, both at the local level and at the state level. And I am, like I said, just very pleased to be here and continue supporting the program in that sense. And including at the Youth Directors Conference, being able to stand up and host that conference for several hundred other PAL members throughout the state of Florida, and including other national chapters that come to visit, being able to provide these classes, provide these seminars where, whether it's talking about being proud of who you are, or how to succeed in the business world, or even, how to, resist drugs and gang violence and all those, very important subjects, especially in our world today. And just being able to continue to just spread the knowledge and be able to, just share whatever I can and just, help everyone out in general. And so after all this time, I'm now at the University of Central Florida studying entertainment management at the Rosen College. I work at Universal Orlando Resort as an attractions attendant, just following my dreams, no thanks to PAL, definitely. And I'm just so proud to be a part of the program. And after all this time, I wanted to give back to a program that gave so much to me and has allowed me to see so much success. And so in the past couple months, I have gotten back with the state program. And, despite being in college and all that, I went ahead and started a $500 scholarship to give back to the state of Florida PAL program. And so I'm very proud of that. And so I always just wanted to give back, and so just being a part of this program, the circle continues. And I'd like to thank, of course, the sheriff for hosting this wonderful event, and everyone else here for making that event worthwhile. Thank you very much.
All right, Max and Luca, thank you so much for sharing your story. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I have the distinct honor to invite to the podium the Sheriff of Brevard County, Sheriff Wayne Ivey.
All right, you guys know I can't stand behind that podium. I hang out on both sides, and it doesn't look good, does it, JJ? JJ, you're going to be a lieutenant to keep that up. First and foremost, I want to welcome you and thank you for being here today. More than that, I want to thank you for all you do to support not only our PAL program, our other charities, or other not-for-profits, but for everything you do to support our agency. And I tell everyone that you look at what's going on around the country today, where all of a sudden there's a small local group out there that wants to target law enforcement officers. And I can tell you that we don't have that in Brevard County. In fact, we have just the opposite. We have groups that stop and make sure that they guard us while we're pumping our gas. One of our deputies encountered that. We have groups families that stop us and want to pray with us before we go into Sunny's on the island. We have people that are bringing donuts to all of our precincts, like we need more donuts, right? We have a little girl who was baking cupcakes with her grandmother and decided that instead of them eating the cupcakes, they were going to find deputies and give them to them. That's what we face in Brevard County. And I don't know how we deal with it. I really don't. I mean, it's pretty horrific to have to deal with that. But that's what we face. So we know that as law enforcement officers, and I think I can speak not only for our 1,500 members, but probably for Satellite and all of the other agencies that are in Brevard County, we know that we are blessed to live and work in a community that loves, trusts, and is partners with its law enforcement officers. And we truly can't thank them for that enough. But it extends deeper than that, because it's not just us you're protecting, it's our kids in this community. And we live in a world where we know that we have to get to these kids before they get to us. Our school resource officers that are sitting here, they know that they can look and see that when a kid starts to struggle in school, usually around 7th grade, when that kid starts to hit a problem and can't get past it, they start looking elsewhere for someone to give them the affirmation that everything is going good. And often they're turning to people that aren't giving them the right direction, that aren't giving them the right ideas to be able to be successful, to be a Luke and Max that just stepped up to the podium and knocked it out of the park, by the way. They talked about having public speaking skills. Fellas, I got some stuff you guys can go around and speak about all you want, because you're doing a great job. Give them a big round of applause. This program is about making sure that we don't see one of our community's kids at our jail. That's it. I walk up that long, lonely walk to that jail on a regular basis, and I know that inevitably on the other side of the door, I am going to see a mom, dad, grandparent, or foster parent that is facing one of the toughest things they'll ever face in their life, being there trying to either visit their child or get their child out of jail. And we want to get to these kids before they're in there. We want to get to these kids before they get in trouble. While we have a dynamic team, and I'm going to brag on them in just a little bit, but while we have a dynamic team, we can't do it without you. And so it's not about just being here for this fundraiser at the Sheriff's Breakfast. It's not about all the help we get from great folks like Kel-Tec and everybody else in this room. It's about giving your heart, giving your passion, and making sure that we as a community are working together to protect this community. And that's what we do so well. That's not only what our agency does, but our community does, is we've all partnered together to solve a problem. And when I look at juvenile crime right now, I can tell you it is the #1 problem. Chief, and I'll point with what's happening in your city. It is the #1 problem that we face. We have kids that are stealing or burglarizing 20 and 30 cars a night. And when they get to the system, I'm telling you right now, the juvenile system is not designed to help the juvenile. It's designed to say, we have a juvenile system. That's all it is. Because we are seeing kids that they won't make a commitment on. We're seeing kids that think, well, I just burglarized 20 cars. I didn't get in trouble. I'm going to go burglarize another 20 cars. And while that system is failing, what I can tell you is the system that we have, the PAL program, is not failing. That system is working. We see it. Mark, I'll brag on it. I had a chance to come watch your team and actually watch our Enforcers basketball team play. And you saw a group of kids that not only were having fun, but had leadership. And you saw a group of kids that had discipline, that had character building. And that's what this is about. Mike Dole steps up to the plate every year. Not only does he go out and coach his heart out on the basketball court, he volunteers to referee, he mentors, school resource, everything else, because he believes it in his heart. And that's why our program is successful. Our program doesn't just reach out to those kids that are in need either. One of the first things that we talked about when I was blessed to become sheriff was that we were going to reach out to every kid that wanted to be a part of something. We were going to reach out to them and try and draw them in and try and let them not only be a part of something great, but be a part of a family that loves them and will work with them. And so we do that. We're going to make sure that every kid that wants an opportunity is going to get it, regardless of what part of the county they live in, regardless of what community they live in, anything else, they're going to get an opportunity to be a part of it. But again, it doesn't happen without the great people in this room and all the other people that couldn't be here this morning that help us through this. We have so many great team members. I'm gonna brag on Sue. She stepped up to the podium today. I don't know if you can see her over the podium. It's kind of tall, but she stepped up and she introduced herself. Well, she didn't do a good enough job at introducing herself because Sue Tyson has taken our program, our 3 charities that we umbrella together, and she's taken that organization to new heights. When we asked her to come on board and told her that we weren't going to make her rich, but we would enrich her life, she stepped up to the plate and said, I want to do this. In fact, this is what I've always wanted to do. And she's done it. She's got an incredible board. Scott Glover, who's sitting in the back of the room, not only one of my closest friends, but the chair of our board, does a great job at navigating the waters, making sure that we're getting every penny out of every dime we have. He makes sure that his team, Fran Cirillo, all of them, everybody that's on that board is doing an incredible job. My favorite mayor from Palm Shores sits on that board. She does a great job in so many different things. But we have to have a strong board. And then we get to our coaches, our school resource officers, all of it together is one unique thing. And that is a community working together for a positive reaction. That's what we're trying to do. Greg Buttrick, where are you at, Greg? In the back. Greg Buttrick back there coaches our enforcers. I asked him to come on as our PAL coordinator and coach us. Didn't hesitate. That guy spent 27 years, Greg? 27 years as a corrections deputy for us, retired as a sergeant, comes on board, and has now made this his life, making sure that he's given every kid an opportunity. So a lot of great things happening, but again, none of it happens without you. And so we greatly appreciate you not only being a part of this, but being a part of us, being a part of what's going on great in this community. And as I said, when we look at these kids out here, they start getting in trouble. If we don't get them right back on the right path, then what you have is a kid that has 20 arrests for car burglaries. And it thinks, I'm not getting in trouble. And then he gets arrested again for 10 car burglaries, and I'm not going to get in trouble. And the next thing you know is he or she is standing before a judge, and they have 40 prior arrests, and they're now being committed to do time. Or, at the very best, they've got 40 prior arrests on their record. They're never going to get a good job. They're never going to get in the military. They're never going to get in a good college. They're never going to have an opportunity. So the opportunity they have to be successful in life is from having great parents that are teaching them discipline. And if there's a void there, by having a PAL team that's going to make sure they're getting to the right places and reaching the right levels. So for our agency, for our community, I truly thank you for being here today. We could not do what we do without you. And I mean that in all capacities, not just about our PAL program, just all around. Thank you for everything you do for us. So thanks for being here this morning, everybody.
Thank you, Sheriff Ivey, very much. Thank you for everything you do for our county. You're incredible. I'm shocked we are ahead of schedule, so woohoo. So what that means for someone like me who is, always wanting to fundraise and make all of these programs better for the children in our community. As a reminder, we have silent auction items over there. Please bid on some of those. We are going to be doing a few more raffles. And I understand we still have some people that need photos taken with the sheriff. As part of your sponsorship package, you do get photos. And where is Cheryl? Cheryl, and if you want to go ahead and go around, we're going to take about 15 minutes. So if you want more coffee, you want more breakfast, you want to win some raffle items, keep your little white ticket out there. And please bid on some silent auction items. There's some great guns over there. Kel-Tec donated. And I got to get over there myself and bid on some items. But I also wanted to bring something out and to your attention as well. On your tables, you have some postcards. And a wonderful gentleman, and I know most of you know him, A.J. Hires, has donated a 2016 Challenger Hellcat to the charities. So we are raffling off tickets, $25 each, 6 for $100, or your best value is 15 tickets for $200. This is a $75,000 car, and I don't know anyone in here that can get a car like that for $200. So it's a great investment. It is a donation as well. The car is outside, so during this 15-minute break, if you would like to go out and purchase tickets, we do have credit card swipers out there, and we do encourage you to do that. Yes, we try to make it easy for you, Carol.
So can I just touch on one thing?
Absolutely. I don't say no to the sheriff. Yes,
In
sir.
case you're wondering, is that car fast?
Oh, yeah?
I will tell you two things. It comes with 2 key fobs. One, that if for whatever reason you decide you want to let your kids drive it, you give it to them and it cranks it as a normal car. The other one is for you, and if you crank the car with that key fob, it cranks a 707 horsepower engine on it. So the other thing that I will tell you about is it's so fast that the manufacturer will not tell you how fast it goes because no one would insure it if they did. So just a little point of interest. But it's not faster than our helicopter.
Thank you, Sheriff Ivy. Yeah, I'm not much of a car person. I like them when they look pretty. But this car is incredible. I have learned a lot about this car, and I highly encourage you to please go on out during your 15-minute break and buy some of those tickets. I do want to put Corporal Martinez. I'm not sure where he is sitting. Hello. I'd like to put you on a spot for 2 minutes. And if you folks see some of these attractive young ladies and gentlemen that are in a uniform that's a little bit different than our deputies, John, would you mind just giving us a 2-minute overview of who these incredible people are?
Absolutely. These folks are known as Explorers. It's like we said before, it's a youth program open to youth ages 14 to 20. And it's almost like a training ground for law enforcement. If you have an interest in law enforcement or you know someone who has an interest in law enforcement, but they're not quite sure what the job entails, the Explorer program is the perfect way to figure that out. We put them through training scenarios very similar to what they see in the academy, and it helps them prepare themselves for a career in law enforcement. We have Dalton Farrington right here is a perfect example of that. He's been in our program for about 3 years now, and he's actually going to be going to the academy. It's a scholarship that is going to be funded by the Florida Sheriff's Association. So, round of applause for him. If you have any questions about our program or how to get involved, just you can see any of the folks here in the uniforms that you see here in the gray uniforms, or you can come see me.
Thank you very much.
I have a question. Our captain over there, Aubrey, who's her dad?
Aubrey Schollmeyer. Her dad is Mike Schollmeyer. Mark Schollmeyer.
Yeah. And what does he do? Is he the chief of
He's the
the
chief
fire
of
rescue?
the Brevard County Fire Rescue. Yeah.
So his daughter didn't want to be a firefighter?
Not at all.
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's great to see you and what you're doing. Thank you. It gives people like me hope and inspiration. Thank you. And let's go ahead and do 6 more raffle items. So you guys get up and mingle, network at your tables. We strategically place a lot of people at tables so you can have conversations about who we are all about, the programs we have, the Explorers, our YDC kids. But right now, food, silent auction, photos, and raffles. Those are our priorities. So when you come up for your photos, your plaques are over here as well, okay? So I know we've got a group of Wawa people back there. Do we have their pictures yet? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone is having a good time. If you're having a good time, clap your hands once. If you're having a fantastic time, clap your hands twice. Thank you. And we are all, and 3 times, always the 3rd time. Thank you all, and we are going to go ahead and go on with the program. And we would like to, just a couple more housekeeping items. We have a few plaques of people that we would like to acknowledge. And if you have not picked up your plaque and not had a picture with the sheriff, do so now. And we have 4 people that were supposed to be here for the plaques. So if you haven't done that, please go on over. And I'm going to go ahead and bring back up to the podium our Lieutenant Cirillo. He's got a couple more announcements to make, and I know you guys are all anxious to get back to work. But when we make the decision about your silent auction items, we have PayPal out here. We will take your credit cards gladly or your checks. So thank you again, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Lieutenant Cirillo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sue. I have a very great task now. I want to just introduce a few people that have done some wonderful things through PAL, through their generosity. And first, I would like to recognize Donald and Susan Plymell. Will you please stand? And I really want to thank you for your... Last year, they gave a 50,000 plus donation to PAL for our sports programs, and it has helped a lot of our sports programs that you saw Greg talk about. And again, thank you so much for your generosity. I also want to thank Melanie and Rick Evans. Melanie is the secretary of the PAL committee, and she would like to come up and say a few words, but her and her husband have just donated $50,000 to PAL as well. So Melanie, would you come on up and say a few words?
I'm a little torn about this donation because the reason it came about is because my husband and his co-founder have sold their company. And we will be moving back to Oklahoma sometime after the 1st of the year, probably maybe around the 1st of February sometime. It's a little unclear. And that is why we were able to give this gift. And I have to say it was inspired by the Plymells and their gift. They designated theirs only for sports contribution. And being on the PAL committee, I have seen several of the people in this room that devote so much time to the kids in the sports programs come to us and ask for things that they needed to keep these programs going. And they were very inspirational. And I've been involved with the YDC kids for the last 6 years. And I've worked with Mary Jane Benny, who is standing in the back. She is our leader. And these kids, you've met some of them today and heard 2 of them speak, are so phenomenal. I am so crazy about these kids, and that will be the hardest part of leaving Cape Canaveral. I have enjoyed them so much. We meet every Tuesday. We typically have some kind of event just about every other Friday night. We work at races. We work just countless other community activities. So I'm with these kids hours and hours every month, and I love it. I don't love the 5 o'clock a.m. races that much, but I'm not a morning person. But the money that we are donating is going to be strictly for the YDC program for the kids, not regular operating budget, but just for special things that they need. I'm going to hold the board to that. You still have to cover salary and things like that. But I just wanted to say how much I have loved working with these kids and with Mary Jane. It has been such an honor. I had to kind of fight to get on that board. I really wanted to be on it. We're a committee now, but it's been a real honor and a privilege to be on that committee and to work with these kids. I can't tell you how awesome they are, and they work so hard. And it's going to be hard to leave them behind, but they are an awesome group, and I can't tell you how much I'm inspired by seeing all of you here and what you've done to help us fund this group of kids and the other charities that the sheriff runs. So thank you so much for being here today.
You've heard some talk through the morning about the YDC program, and I really want to say again, standing in the back of the room is Mary Jane Binney, who is the heart and soul of the YDC program, and it's because of her hard work that we have such a good program. And I'd like everybody to please give her a round of applause. Now, I think this is probably the last chance for the silent auction if you haven't already done it, but I also understand we still have some raffle prizes. So if I can please ask my YDC ticket puller people to come on up, we're going to do the rest of the raffles. Okay, so please go ahead and if you would pull the next ticket, please. Yay, we have a winner. Okay, go ahead.
233202.
202. Do we have a 202 in the room? We have a winner. Yay. Okay, next, please.
194946.
Anybody have 946? 946. Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead and check. We'll wait. Sure. He can win as many times as he has a ticket.
946.
Yeah. Isn't that 946? All right, congratulations. Okay, how many more do we have? A couple more? Okay, go ahead. 230. We have a winner. Okay, is this, you have what, two more? One more?
233201.
201. We have a winner in the back. A Wawa winner. Okay. Okay.
233193.
193. We have a winner. Is that all? Is it? Okay, I've been asked to say, does anyone else want to make a bid on the silent auction? This is going to be the last chance, and then I'm going to close bidding. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. Oh, we have one. We're good? Okay.
Did you really want that? Hey, Sue.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh.
Stay up and count him on the beat.
Okay, if there's no bids, then I'm going to declare the bidding closed, and please go pick up your prizes. And I think at this time I'm going to ask Sue to come back up. I think for to close out the event, and I just want to say really quickly, thank you all for coming, and thank you for everything that you do for PAL. And I'll give it back to Sue. Thank you.
All right, so, and now the drum roll. Who won what? The beachside stay, I did not win, but Seaport Canaveral. Thank you so much. And if you want to come and take your ticket, is there a YDC kid that can help me, please? And then the 12-gauge shotgun goes to John Hoyman. All right, this goes to that young lady. And the Runaway Country Weekend Pass. Thank you so much for that donation, Runaway Country people back there. Thank you so much. And Mary Jane, I guess she's going to be asking for that time off. There you go. She won that one. And the Sub 2000 rifle donated by Kel-Tec. Thank you so much, Derek and your team. And I think this says Doug Baker. Congratulations, Mr. Baker. This, I really wanted this one. I should have jumped on this one. A stainless steel patio heater. Love this. And that is Rob Parrish. Rob, okay, there you go. Hey, yeah, you're the guy I spent in jail with. Yeah, you're the jail guy, yeah. No, we had a fundraiser, spend the night in jail so a kid doesn't have to, and he happened to be one of the people participating. So the next one is the Residence Inn at Marriott, Damian Legan, there you go, thank you very much. Have fun. And then the last one, who wants to race? I will race you to the breakfast bar, but Angie DeVos, where are you? There you go. Congratulations, Angie, you won that one. Thank you so much for coming this morning, taking time out of your very busy schedule. It's great to look out to see so many community leaders out there helping, continuing to help our community. Again, thank you very, very much. And you have something for me? So, okay, thank you very much. And folks, thank you again. Have a pleasant day. We've got a few more raffles we're going to do, so I need another YDC volunteer. 2 of them, actually. We'll get these going and... Yeah. And after we do this, folks, you are welcome to go out into our community and continue to do wonderful things that you do every day. And the winning ticket is
233235.
235, right there. Don't have to go very far. Next number.
234236.
236. Okay, 236. 236, all right, okay. And next number. Yeah.
233229.
229, last 3 numbers, 229. Oh, our favorite mayor. All right, congratulations, Carol. And the next number? 203, last 3, there we go, at that same table. And the very last one, even though we know you're all winners, you have been incredible today and in your lifetime. So we got 2 more, thank you. 233. Okay, fantastic. And the next number?
233402.
402. Okay, is that the last one? 402, all the way over to there. Okay. Folks, thank you, and thank you. Go out there and make a difference in somebody's life today.